Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading session. Let's see here. We've got the markets just opening up this morning. And it looks like the overnight was fairly active here in the NASDAQ. Market rallied into the close, finished off around 48.50, and here we are opening around 48.75, so a rather substantial opening gap. All right, we'll see whether or not they tried to get into that gap this morning. The market just opened up, of course, so I'm trying not to rush into anything here, but we do have a macro pullback signal here in the hawk. You could try to scalp that. Maybe we'll look at taking it above the high. So some of that overnight momentum still trickling through. There we go. Would have hit your profit target. Also, an early late filter entry here on the Falcon. Remember, the late filter entry, what's important is that the trend line never changes color. The filter goes out of sync and comes back into sync. The problem with this trade is, where are you going to cover it? There's no real structure until down there, and that kind of puts it out of reach for me. All right, well, I guess we'll just kind of hang out for a bit. Might be getting a double top type formation. Crude oil also putting in a relatively strong rally through the overnight and into this morning. Doesn't look like much, but that actually amounts to, what, about a 50-60 tick move. That's substantial. Soybeans also putting in a little bit of a rally. Everybody's looking a little bit more bullish. Soybeans here on the hawk, you can see we're kind of in a little bit of a sideways range. Also flashing us a macro pullback signal. you do have the opportunity to take it above this little itty-bitty swing high, and you could probably cover it below that low. Not sure yet about soybeans, whether they're actually going to continue their rally. They've been on a little bit of a tear higher this last week. But now they might be slowing down a bit. Well, not much going on here at the moment. They're pretty stuck. I don't know whether I want to commit to a late entry. We had the late filter entry here. We're kind of flashing another buy signal, but it may be at the end of this run. We've hit our high probability profit target, and very often we will see a little bit of a reaction once we get to that area, that zone. A little bit of price taking maybe. So here we are. Good morning, Jim. Jim says, I'm not going to bother you with the advanced decline. It's probably really lopsided given that opening gap. But Jim says the cloud to cloud is about 98 ticks. Now, I know Jim's watching the mini Dow. It'll be very similar here on the NASDAQ. And what he's referring to is the breadth of this cloud. If you were running an oscillator type indicator like a stochastic or RSI or any of them really, MACD, percentage R, this would show you a very overbought market. How do I know? Well, because the band is very, very wide. The trading band on the Raptor and the Eagle essentially show us the same kind of thing. We may end up getting a soft edge sell signal here. That's actually where the whole soft edge sell developed from. From a band that is really overextended. We watch the market fail and then it gives us a sell signal. And from here we would anticipate the market at least to get to the hard edge, although when the signal prints near the hard edge, there usually tends to be a much larger reversal follow. So we're just kind of watching and waiting here at the moment. Nothing really for us to take advantage of that I can see. So we're getting a lot of sideways type trading. All right, getting into a couple of yellow bars here now on the hawk. And we got ourselves a soft edge sell signal here on the Raptor. Now, I may just try to go into this for a single. It's a very, very slight retest of the high right there. And we'll see whether it tries to break down and head lower from here, but let's not get too aggressive on the short side because, well, hey, it's counter trend and the market obviously very strong. Might be getting one more retest of the high here before a possible failure. I'm going to close that out though because it's getting a little stale. We do have a red bar buy signal here that we can look to short the failure of. Same kind of idea as what we were doing with the Raptor. Essentially looking for a little bit of a retest, or considering this to be the retest and now a possible move lower. Well, maybe not. All right, so here we are, just watching and waiting. Well, we know this is a solid area of support, don't we? My goodness, they're holding on tight to that. Everybody's sideways now, though. Soybeans took a little bit of a move lower, but for the most part, they've been trending sideways. Crude oil, dead sideways. I always figure when the market's moving sideways like this, sooner or later gravity is going to take over, and we're going to see the market head lower. Possible trend change lower here on the Falcon as well. We're producing some warning dots. No real signal just yet. Yeah, I know Jim's saying about the S&P, there's like a 12-point gap up. Obviously, we've got similar gaps in the other stock markets. When you get a gap that big, it's always, I find it difficult to tell, is it an acceleration gap? Is the market just going to continue higher from that gap? Or is it going to try to reverse and fill that gap? Right now, I think the reversal is the easier of the two trades to take. Of course, that doesn't always mean you're going to be on the right side. In fact, we may see the market rally off of this red bar buy. I guess we may as well cancel that order. We're kind of waffling here again. I'm wondering the same thing, Jim. Jim says, is it a gap up and go? Doggone it if it isn't a tough call. Here's a buy signal now on the Raptor. If this fails and produces a sell signal, then I think we're pretty much uh, assured of seeing a move lower. And here we're even getting a first micro macro cross building in the hawk. That's the deal. All right. Thanks, Salish. Salish letting me know that Draghi is speaking in about 3 minutes' time, so obviously we're still in FOMC season. Looks as though traders are anticipating good news. Oh, and now my first micro macro cross has drifted into yellow bars, so we can eliminate that. All right, well, it's the top of the hour. You'd think we would have seen some sort of reaction now if there's an announcement coming out, but not yet. What you could do, of course, when the market is this sideways, is you could go with an OCO order, place an order to buy above, an order to sell beneath. Remember, these orders are live when you put them on your chart, so place them carefully. Could enable our stop. There we go, we're all good. I should turn a radio on or something. Nothing's really sparking this market here. I thought we'd see a little something out of little something out of that, but not yet. Yeah, just about. Tony says a root canal would be less painful than this. Gee, maybe we ought to close up shop and come back in the afternoon. This is kind of crazy. All right, well, looks like we may get engaged here on the lower end of the channel. The Raptor coming back with yet another soft edge sell signal. So if this is going to shake out right now, it is looking like we may see the market move lower. Or not. Well, this is something. Well, there's obviously not much to talk about. We'll stay with it for a little bit longer, but if it's going to stay like this into the bottom of the hour, I think we're just going to close up shop a little early today. Yes, Tony, thank you for pointing that out. Tony's asking, are you and Adam doing a webinar today? Well, as a matter of fact, we are. And if you give me a second here, I will get you the webinar link. Now, if you attended, I guess, the webinar that we did for Trader Kingdom about a month ago, the content is the same. But if you missed that Trader Kingdom webinar, we're doing a presentation for NinjaTrader today. And it's a universal type information. You know, this information can benefit you right now. It's stuff that we tend to go over in the trading room anyhow, so I don't think you're really gonna miss out on stuff. How's that for a sales pitch? But if you'd like to show up, it would be great to have you there. It's always nice when somebody shows up for these things besides your mother. The webinar, Elmer, is right after the markets close, so that would be 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Good question here from Peter. Peter says, hi, Eric. I agree that the market's made its move. Do you use a method of measured market moves? I use your support and resistance lines as a reference point. Sometimes I do, Peter. And the S&R lines are always a good reference. You know, technically we're above the primary resistance. So the market should remain bullish. And there's no denying that the market is bullish. What Peter's referring to when he's saying measured moves, you kind of go back and you look at when the market was ranging and you say, well, all right, let's take this range into consideration. And if the market breaks outside of this range, you know, traditionally traders look for a 2-to-1 return or a 3-to-1 return, even though I'm not a proponent of risk-reward ratios, there's no denying that traders do use them. Not always to their success, by the way. So let's say traders identified this trading range and they were saying, well, if the market breaks out, I'll buy it. And where's my profit target going to be? Well, my profit target is probably going to be twice the range away, or at the very least one range away. So what they'll do is they'll take their range and they'll set a profit target at 48.70. Some of the more aggressive ones will set a profit target up here around 48.70, or pardon me, 48.90. Oops, sorry, can't read my numbers. Need new glasses. Around 48.83 or 84. So you can see that would have worked out pretty well for them. Notice where the market hesitated, just shy of that 48.70 area. That would have been a little bit of early profit taking, and there's a little bit of late profit taking, and then the market rallies up again, and that's where we find ourselves right now, kind of maybe some profit taking from an earlier move, an earlier breakout. Now, it's okay to do that. I like to look at measured moves as a guide. You can use gaps in the same way. Oh, excuse me, I got a telemarketer again. You know, the most annoying part is that I can tell from the telephone exchange that it's a Chicago number. It's probably a broker bothering me for business. If you've got my phone number, you've got my email. And why would you be phoning during market hours? Just very, very rude. So this morning we've got this rather substantial opening gap, right? The market left off at 48.50 last night and reopened around 48.75, somewhere like that. So traders will be looking at this gap now and they'll be saying, well, if the market fills, maybe it'll fill half the gap. So they'll be looking at a profit objective around there. Other traders will be saying, oh no, it's going to fill the full gap, so you can expect some profit taking down there. This is why support and resistance tends to work, because this is where buyers are going to get busy. This is where some sellers are going to bail, or some early buying may come in. So, yeah, I do follow measured moves to a degree. You know, like everything that's trading related, it's never 100%, it's never foolproof, but anything that helps you make a decision, I'm a fan on. So if you need to make up your mind where you're going to take profit, sometimes doing a measured move is a great idea. All right, last chance for the market to break out. Still seems very congested. Oops, Adam just shot me a uh, his screen. He's saying, is the market this terribly slow or what? I said, yep, it's slow this morning. Tony's going to do an OCO play on natural gas, which is coming out in a few minutes here. Let's see if I can load it up for us. Oh, actually, isn't natural gas out? Tony says it's out at the bottom of the hour. I think I'll double check, but I always thought natural gas came out at the top of the hour. No, you're right. Natural gas storage, bottom of the hour. Good thing I have you guys in the room to keep me straight. I'm trying to hurry here. All right, so with the OCO order, and natural gas is likely to be like a bucking bronco, we're going to enable a stop, and I think we're going to make this a tight stop. And we're going to run our OCO. Now, I don't think I'm going to crowd it. This is a violent market at the best of times. We'll buy above here, we'll short below here. That kind of puts us right in the middle of it. If you wanted to be more aggressive, you could certainly buy a breakout above there, sell a breakout below here. This will be fun to watch if nothing else. Okay, so we've got, what, about 5 minutes for natural gas inventories to come out then. All right, couple minutes to go. Oh my gosh, what's going on here with the rest of the market? All right, has this even moved? Do I have data? I'd better throw my Geiger counter on here, make sure I've got a data flow. Oh, shoot, I think I just deleted my orders. No, I got data. I was a little concerned there for a moment. Ooh, crazy move short. Look at that slippage. Is that insane or what? Welcome to the natural gas market, boys and girls. So why is my... Oh, I think I wrecked something. I think I broke my... I think I broke my trade manager. When I did that little go get the indicator thing, and my orders disappeared, I should have rebooted my computer. There's a little note to self when you uh, have a trade in play or you're about to put a trade on. Don't touch your charts. Don't go hunting for another indicator or something. Well, so much for a lot of activity from there. We got a very violent slip. It does look as though the market is going to try to trade a little lower, but I tell you, it's tough going right now. I think we're going to close up shop a little bit early here today, folks. The market's really not doing a whole lot. I think we got a little bit of a rally here out of the... Oh, we did. We got a rally out of the NQ. We'll stay with that one until it closes. We've hit our break even on the trade. This is our OCO function. Come on, let's go. Well, it's a lot of hard work sitting there, but we may be rewarded for our effort or our patience. There was no effort. Oh yes, Tony says regarding resetting your charts, you can use F5 on your keyboard, but again, don't touch your chart while you have a trade in play. It will make your trade disappear from your chart However, the trade itself will still be active at the exchange level. Well, I do believe we would have hit our profit objective. And right now it's looking as though the market's still not all that interested in filling the gap. I would not be surprised to see it try to turn around in the afternoon, however, and try to get in there, especially if this rally fails. Now we've got a market in a little bit of a acceleration. That's a strong word, I know, for what the market's doing, but we'll leave our stops at break even. Ooh, the suspense. Yes, and another important note, Jim says when you go to refresh your chart, F6 is the horizontal trend line. How many times have I hit that in error? Yep. Yes, that is so true. All right, I think I'm gonna see a break-even stop out here in a moment. We can cancel that. The good news is we haven't lost any money today, but maybe I should just grab the 50 bucks and run because I think I'm gonna end up with a break-even tag. All right, folks, I think we're gonna close the room down here for this morning. It's, just that kind of day. So I'll catch you again tomorrow, Friday. Things should loosen up a little bit by then, I would think. All right. See you Friday. Bye for now.